Today's sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. On the return, Tyron Johnson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Carr. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100. And 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing the backfield with another 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Carter, who was taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him. But many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back.
And now the rookie's free. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack him because right now...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Johnson now to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
And he'll look downfield for Waller. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there for the Raiders. On first down, it's Jacobs. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
78 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Mayfield on first down. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. These two teams all tied after 1.
The score line 7-7.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Quick throw caught out wide by Renfro. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
He's going to let it go again. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
That was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both love. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be. Carlson on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's going to be caught by Judy. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. On
2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On the counter, here's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 3rd down, Mayfield.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Play fake. Mayfield.
They're going right back to Hamler.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Mayfield on play action.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Well, Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
42's the mic, boys, 42's the mic.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
119 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And down to the 7-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Johnson now returning. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this up.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Returning it, Johnson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
The Browns are now on the clock. The Jets now on the clock. And the Texans now on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? The Rams on the clock now. Okay, here we go. Washington now on the clock. All right, the Broncos are now on the clock. The Cowboys on the clock now. What direction will they go? Now the Dolphins are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? The Steelers are now on the clock. All right, now on the clock, the Texans. Okay, the Chargers up now. They're on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Falcons. All right, the Ravens are now on the clock. All right, now on the clock, the Giants. Now the Packers are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? All right, it's now the 49ers' turn. They're up. Okay, it's the Rams up now. They're on the clock. The Saints are on the clock now. What direction will they go? All right, on the clock now, the Lions. And now on the clock, it's the Cardinals. The Jaguars are now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Patriots. And now on the clock, it's the Raiders. All right, next up, the Titans are on the clock. And now we turn to the Bengals. It's their selection. The Colts now on the clock. Let's see what they do. The Chiefs on the clock now. All right, the Seahawks are now on the clock. All right, the Bears are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Panthers now on the clock. The Chiefs are up now. Let's see what direction they go. The Cowboys now on the clock. All right, next up, the Jets are on the clock. Okay, the Texans up now. They're on the clock. The Vikings are on the clock now. What direction will they go? All right, next up, the football team on the clock. Now the Seahawks are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? On the clock now, it's the Dolphins, and time is ticking. Okay, the Eagles on the clock now. The Jets now on the clock. Let's see what they do. All right, now on the clock, the Chargers. Okay, it's the Falcons now on the clock. On the clock now, the Ravens. And the Giants now on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? The Packers are now on the clock. And now on the clock, it's the 49ers. Okay, it's the Lions now on the clock. Okay, it's the Saints now on the clock. The Lions on the clock now. Okay, here we go. The Cardinals now on the clock. All right, on the clock now, the Cowboys. Now we turn to the Eagles. They're on the clock. The Raiders now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Titans. All right, next up, the Bengals are on the clock. The Titans on the clock now. Let's see who they have their eye on. On the clock now, the Chiefs. On the clock now, it's the Chargers, and time is ticking. The Bears are now on the clock. The Bills on the clock now. What direction will they go? And the Panthers on the clock now. Let's see what direction they go. Okay, the Chiefs are on the clock now. It's the Cowboys now on the clock. And now we turn to the Jets. It's their selection. On the clock now, it's the Texans, and time is ticking. Okay, here we go. The Vikings on the clock now. The football team now on the clock. Let's see what they do. And the Steelers on the clock now. Let's see what direction they go. All right, the Dolphins are now on the clock. All right, it's the Steelers now on the clock. Okay, it's the Patriots on the clock now. And the Chargers now on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? All right, next up, the Falcons are on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. Okay, it's the Bucks now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Packers, and time is ticking. The 49ers on the clock now. What direction will they go? All right, now on the clock, the Rams. The Saints are now on the clock. The Lions on the clock now. What direction will they go? The Cardinals are now on the clock. All right, the Jaguars are now on the clock. Okay, it's the Bills now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Seahawks, and time is ticking. The Titans now on the clock. Okay, here we go. The Bengals now on the clock. All right, it's the Browns now on the clock. Okay, next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. On the clock now, the Bears. All right, on the clock now, the Bills. Now we turn to the Panthers. They're on the clock. All right, the Chiefs are now on the clock. Okay, it's the Cowboys now on the clock. Antonio Gates did not play a single snap of college football. When he signed with the Chargers as an undrafted free agent in 2003, he had just played 2 years of basketball at Kent State. The only thing more impressive than Gates' rise from college basketball